Hello, welcome back, Katawa Shoujo. So last time, we were talking with Misha and Shizune about clubs. I'm in a new recording session. I recorded yesterday, I forgot what happened a little bit. Let's get back into this. Of course, we're not trying to get you to join just because we would obviously benefit from you joining the student council and therefore have an initiative to try and get you to. So you're admitting that. No, we admit nothing. Nothing. I mean, Hichan, of course, it'd be nice if you joined and we'd appreciate it. But even without all that, joining the student council shows a healthy interest in the working of one's school. Yep, it's true, Hichan. Besides, don't you want to spend time with us after school, Hichan? She's saying Hichan a lot. I can't tell if she's being genuine or if this is really good acting. Both of them seem to be trying hard to look their cutest. Although, they already have pretty cute to begin with. Well, after thinking that thought. So it's settled then. Welcome to the student council, Hichan. What? No. Aw, see, Hichan, of course it would go so easily. She seems confident about whatever she's doing. Yep, that's right, though. It would be boring if it went that smoothly. Oh well, Hichan owes me candy now. You were betting on it? Hey, my life's not a game here. Shizune seems really intrigued. Well, she does. Shizune seems really intrigued by this when Misha signs it to her. The aggressive glint returns to her eyes. Wow, that's interesting, Hichan. Let's play a game. It's not what I said. How about rich man, poor man, Hichan? If you lose, you have to join the student council. No, absolutely not. Aw, why not? Shizune looks so happy. Well, because the two of you have the same incentive and therefore the same goal, which is to get me to join the student council, right? Oh, it looks like yes. Yep. Yeah, that isn't my goal. But what this means is that both of you can team up and I'll be at a clear disadvantage, so I'll have to decline. Now she looks mad. Hichan, I'm very offended. Are you saying that you don't trust us? And that we would pull something so disingenuous? That makes me sad. Disingenuous? What does that mean? Sorry? It's hard to tell where Shizune's influence ends and Misha's thoughts begin. She's really mad now. In order to atone for hurting your girl's feelings, you should definitely join the student council. No! Where is she? Does she not get it? No! No! Having a game of paper football instead of rich man, poor man. Paper football? Yeah, it's a game they play in America. Make a paper triangle, and then you try to shoot it through past goalposts that the other players make with their fingers. Isn't it cool? It's the ultimate form of competition between two people, Hichan. No, she's sad. And it's also played by elementary and middle school children. Hichan? Wow! That means it's a game where it really separates the boys from the men. No, it isn't. You literally just flick a little paper. More like the boys from the slightly older boys. Anyway, I'm not going to play that either. Just the fact that you know about it means you're probably surprisingly good at it. Haha, yeah, that's true. How'd you know, Hichan? I just kind of explained it, actually. Shizune frowns at Misha, telling me that she probably wasn't supposed to admit so readily. I wouldn't say that I'm happy with her attempts to get me into the student council, but I'm a little curious to see what the student council does here. What can they do, right? I never understood what student councils do. They're just gonna manage things, or... Sorry if it's flexing. I'm rocking in this chair. I've never been on one before, or even known anybody who was a member, so it interests me. I also kind of like Shizune and Misha, so maybe it wouldn't be so bad. Is she reading my thoughts? Okay, Jan, how about Risk? A game of world domination. Okay, I don't know what that is. It's really funny, Jan. You fight to control the world with armies and everything. Sounds like Shizune would be good at it. If you want to play, we can after school. She's sad. Ah, really, Shi-chan? We can just play for fun, He-chan. Shi-chan hasn't played in a long time, so if you want to, there are no strings attached. Well, okay. Okay, perfect. We'll see you after school in the student council room then, He-chan. Wait, why there? Because that's where we keep the game. Wow! So they've obviously done this before. I grimaced to tell them about how much I do not like this, but more for show than anything. So in the end I agree, but only after getting Shizune to acknowledge that I don't mean anything concrete just by accepting to take a look around and play a game with her. Lunch ends and we go back to class. Oh, there goes her again. During the afternoon classes, the long-haired girl comes back and sits down in her seat without a word. It's really weird. Again, no one seems to notice, or if they do, no one says anything. I want to ask Misha about it, but I don't want to be I want to be nosy. Oops. Skip the transitions, it's really weird. After school, Shizune and Misha quickly find me by the first floor lobby and latch onto me, covering every flank just in case I might escape. Jeez. I feel a little offended, but I've been considering it. Nevertheless, I'm a bit disturbed that people have made a break for it in the past and they're on guard. What's with the escort? That doesn't make me feel comfortable. In fact, it makes me feel like a dangerous prisoner being transported to his cell. What's wrong, He-chan? That's right, we were just gonna play a game of Risk, remember? I don't know, Misha, this all seems a little sinister to me. I started thinking that when we sit down and play the game, they'll tie me down and torture me until I agree to join the student council. It's really extreme, just to join a council. Well, it's highly unlikely, but still, for some reason it just seems like it would be so plausible. Ooh, more hallway scene to the right. Is that where the council room is? Getting to the student council room is as simple as turning 2 corners from where we started. Huh? That's it? This makes you guys being so on top of me seem silly. Huh, it's not silly when you're on top of me, though. It's not true, He-chan. He-chan says when their life is threatened, people have shown capability to pull off superhuman bursts of speed. When your life is threatened? Her expression unchanging, Misha signs something amusingly to Shizune, who makes some baffling face and puts her hands behind her back, looking pleased with herself. Misha feigns deafness and hums cheerily. Stop that, I know you heard me. You have no excuse, unlike Shizune. Shizune opens the door in the student council room. It's very plain, sparsely decorated room, although it's quite large. Maybe even a little larger than a classroom. There's a big table in the center surrounded by chairs, and a smaller desk prominently placed in the back, and I assume it's Shizune's. There are a few regular desks and chairs stacked to one side, as well as extras, perhaps? Aside from the tables and chairs, the room doesn't have much else to offer. Just a couple things, filing cabinets and bookshelves, stacked with old school records and documents. Not much else. In fact, nothing else. It's a pretty bleak room. You could at least have put a potted plant in here or something. You know, pot. that always helps. I don't do drugs. But the most noticeable thing that is this room doesn't have is other people. Are we early? No. What do you mean no? Does it mean nobody else is coming today? Huh. Yeah, that's right. was a snap. Before I managed to ask why that's the case, Shizune claps her hands together very energetically. Hey-chan, let's play Risk. Come on, you promised, didn't you? You have to. Ha 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 ha. Okay. Do you want to know the rules? We can explain it to you while we set everything up. While Misha is talking, Shizune takes out what looks like a board game from behind one of the filing cabinets and throws it on the table. Actually, this looks kind of interesting. After Misha spends a little too long for her liking running through the basics with a somewhat vague and confusing tutorial, Shizune cuts in and declares the game has started with a decisive motion, slicing her arm through the air. Shizune's aggressiveness is rubbing off on me, and I start feeling more competitive than I intended to be while I agreed to this. Whoa, it's nice drums. Alright, halfway into the game, while I try to ponder how to defend against Shizune's assault from two fronts, she breaks my concentration by drumming her fingers on the table to get my attention. Shi-chan wants you to know that you're taking too long to make a move. Shi-chan also says she will let you keep Australia if you agree to join the student council. I thought this was a game with no strings attached. Just the fact that she would dangle that over my head as an offer means that she knows that I care about the outcome of this game. She's very smart, huh? Just staring at your soul. And anyway, no! Shi-chan admires your fighting spirit and would be a benevolent dictator who will spare the people if you agree to join the student council. You're so competitive, Shizune. She seems to take it as a compliment. I would expect that the student council president would be a little magnanimous? Magnanimous? She doesn't seem to know what the word means or how it's signed, so she folds out a piece of paper and writes it for Shizune, who in return signs it back to Misha. Misha presses her index finger against her temples, as if trying to physically imprint the word into her memory. Suddenly, Shizune bursts into a flurry of gestures. Misha looks daunted by the pace of her heated signing. Wait, please slow down, Shi-chan. Shi-chan says you're going to lose. Tell her I will crush her world empire with my rebellion. Okay. So I guess Misha's not playing. Oh god, she's back to the cat face. It's actually weirdly nice looking. It's cute. Those eyes of hers shine with a childlike mischief. She says you have no chance if you keep playing like this. No, you won't. Oh. So I can attack aggressive when you're play defensive. I'm actually not sure how long this episode dragged on, but save this option for the next time. Who knows what I'll pick, huh? You don't. I don't either. I know now. I know exactly what I'll do. It's what I would do in this situation. Catch you later.